A new visa category for parents of migrants to New Zealand. From September, the Parent Boost visa will allow up to 5 years access for parents of New Zealand citizens and residents. But they basically can't be poor and they must have health insurance so that they're not a drain on our system. Alistair McClymont is an immigration specialist from McClymont and Associates. He's with me this morning. Alistair, good morning.
Good morning, Ryan. How are you?
Good, thank you. Now, they reckon that between 2,000 and 10,000 applications a year. This has been welcomed by a lot of people. Is there anything wrong with it?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to get anywhere near that number. Basically, the policy is designed to try and attract young, skilled migrants who want to bring parents here. They're mostly from India and China, but the cost is so prohibitive that really the migrant families who can afford it are the same sort of migrant families whose parents are going to go back to their home countries for private health care anyway, and rather than use the New Zealand public health system. So I really don't think there's going to be much of an uptake on this policy at all.
What's the cost?
Well, I think it's going to be the private health insurance is going to be the cost. I mean, we're talking about elderly parents, a couple wanting to come here that need to have private health insurance for 5 years. I think the insurance company is going to pitch it at such a high level that it's going to be really cost prohibitive for most migrants, in addition to the actual application fee cost, in addition to the sponsorship minimum income requirements as well.
This is basically what the Aussies and the Canadians do, though, right? So it's not like we're out of sync.
No, I mean, it's all really about perception. We don't want to be seen as being at a disadvantage against our competitors like Australia and Canada. So it's trying to create that perception that we're more welcoming for migrants who want to bring their families here. But really, the reality is that it's basically for rich migrants, and it's not really going to make much of a difference.
All right. Appreciate your time this morning. Immigration law specialist from McClymont and Associates, Alistair McClymont. It's just gone 7 after 7 now. Listening into that was ACT MP Parmjit Palmer, who helped her party campaign on a similar but slightly different form of this visa, and who is obviously the ACT party part of the government who passed this. Parmjit, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to have you on the program. So you heard from Alistair there. This is not about poor migrants getting their parents to come to New Zealand. We accept that?
So what I would say is that it's important that we find the right balance. So that is what we did in this policy, because we wanted to see that we are able to attract more skilled migrants here. And on the other hand, we didn't want to impose too much cost on taxpayers. So we want to balance that.
Yeah.
So we wanted to see that they are able to pay their way. So it's about balancing that, making sure that taxpayers are not being imposed with this additional cost because of these visitor parents coming to New Zealand.
Not even just the cost, but just the space in our hospitals. I mean, do we even have space? And what I suppose, if you do come here with health insurance, is there a potential problem if we're looking at up to 10,000 applications a year? Is there a potential problem with housing, with roads, with other issues? Have they been considered?
So that's why, talking about just health, that's why this comprehensive private health insurance is going to be an important component of this policy. And second, they will be required to go through health checks before they are accepted. And also in the third year, they will be also required to go through the health check again. So obviously, we want to make sure that the sponsor is able to demonstrate that they have income to bear the cost of their parents coming here as visitors. Right. And for health, there is a separate component.
So if they get a health check after the third year and their health has deteriorated, they would then need to up their income requirement potentially to pay for it. Is that what? I
haven't seen that requirement, but health requirement is a must. Okay. So they'll have to meet that health requirement.
Generally, why have we not done this before? If Australia and Canada have already got these in place and there's no additional, as you say, cost to the taxpayer, then why haven't we done it earlier?
And that's why ACT Party campaigned on this, because we saw this was a gap. And we are always competing for skilled migrants here in New Zealand. We are so cut off from the rest of the world. And we are competing with Australia, Canada, and those countries already have policies like this one. And that's where we identified the gap, and we thought we should campaign, because for migrants coming here, this can be a factor when they decide which country they want to migrate to. And for elderly parents, sometimes it's not easy for them to get on a flight every 6 months.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we appreciate you coming on the program to explain it.
Thank you.
Palmer, who's the ACT Party MP and immigration spokesperson.